Let's move on.
Okay.
Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I love Russell Wilson. It's a real one. Russell Wilson opens up about raising Sierra's son Future as his own. Isn't that sweet?
Well,
Now,
he really
this
had
man,
no choice, though, right?
No. He said
he's taking care of him, but he had no choice because the dad not in his life.
No. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Future, yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Russell Wilson knew from day one Sierra and Future were part of his journey. Little Future. He said that he had prayed before he met Sierra. That he prayed and he asked God to send him, the right person. To marry. And then he said a few days later, he met Sierra and he knew that was it. Mm-hmm. And he met her and she had little tiny Future
with her.
So he knew right then and there he had a ready-made family.
How old was little Future?
I think he was 9 months, 7 months.
Oh, he was a baby.
It says here the conversation took place during an episode of I Am Athlete. This is where he talks about it. Russell shared that he met Sierra when Future was just 9 months. After praying on it, Wilson says God told him CeCe and little man were meant to be his family. He said, when I walked in the room, he said, I see little Future. He's 9 months at the time. He comes over and crawls in my lap. He said, I was like,
that's the perfect age to be in someone's life.
He said, I was like, this is going to be my responsibility.
Oh, little man.
I remember leaving that night and God saying to me, raising this child is now going to be your responsibility. And I said, God, are you sure this is what you want me to do? Mm-hmm. And he said, son, this is for you.
He was that little when he came to Sierra's life.
Yep.
Oh, that's the perfect age.
So I like how,
not to say any older, but that's who he knew.
Yep.
Oh,
he said even Jesus himself had a stepdad, Joseph.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't his biological dad.
It wasn't his biological, but he was like, okay, God, you're going to give me this opportunity to love the way you were loved, like the way you want us to love.
Oh, good comment, Russell.
He said he treats Future like his own child. He is his child. Russell and Sierra got married in 2016 in England. A few months later, in October, they announced her first pregnancy. Well, they got like 3 or 4 kids now. Mm-hmm. But Future is treated just like his biological children. They showed him at the NBA Finals. He brought little Future. Mm-hmm. He was playing with the basketball players, the famous basketball players. They were showing him how to shoot, and Steph Curry showed him how to shoot the free throw and all kind of stuff. He was so happy. They said his smile, he was smiling from the time he walked in, little Future. He couldn't hardly get the smile off his face.
Aww.
That's good. Thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
There's some heavy thunder in here.
So, with all of this, I decided to spotlight this. You know why?
Why?
Because every time they talk about Russell Wilson mm-hmm. and little Future on the Shade Room and some of these other outlets, mm-hmm. people are in the comments dogging him out.
Why? Why would you dog him out?
That's not your son. That's Future's son. That's not your son. Why does he keep saying that that's his son? That's not his son. And that's Future's son. Quit saying that it's your responsibility to raise him. That's Future's responsibility to raise him. That's his son, not yours. They have no clue of what it's like to have a father in the house. Future's not in the house.
He don't even try to be.
When little Future falls off his bike, Russell is there.
That's always been one of the questions that they would ask single people who are meeting with someone who has kids and they have maybe more than one dad. The one dad steps up and comes. Remember, that was one of the questions. If she has if she has 3 kids and they have 2 different baby daddies, one baby daddy comes with the gifts, take them to McDonald's. He don't take the other 2. And people are like, oh, wow. Okay, he's not the dad. And then she meets someone and it's not his kids, so he treats them differently. So I love the fact that Russell he's in Sierra's life. It's like it comes with her.
They're doing it like
why would you separate?
They're doing like what you said. That whole thing when that one lady said one of her baby daddies brought McDonald's,
like
and the other one is
coming and do
Now, remember I told you I had two thoughts on that.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to buy all the kids. If she got 8 kids, I'm not buying all 8 of your kids McDonald's because I'm buying my son. But don't bring McDonald's and let him sit and eat in front of everybody. Just come pick up your son and take him to McDonald's. You don't have. I would not bring my child McDonald's
in front of the other kids,
eating it in front of all the 8 other kids.
Because if Future was in his life,
Future would be a bonus, or Russell would be a bonus.
Exactly.
If Future was in little Future's life, Russell would be a bonus dad.
But a lot of times these situations happen where the dad is not using wisdom, the mom's not. Future come and get Future Jr. He'll give him a toy. He'll give him a little robot, and all the other little kids are watching like,
yeah, I don't like that.
Or he'll be jealous because Russell is doing his job as a dad with all of them. And Future may get jealous like, oh, homie, that's my son.
Right.
And Russell is like, but he's living in the home.
Exactly.
I'm going to love all of them.
Yes. And if you want to take them to the NBA champion finals, go ahead.
So why people saying stuff that Russell is taking care of the boy?
They talk about Russell Wilson like a dog on these channels.
To just ignore.
They say he's weak. Mm-mm. He's stale. If being stale, Sierra seems to be happy. She got to have old thug to be happy. This man loves God. He talks to God. See, that's what women do. They pray for somebody who loves God, who puts God first.
Hears from God.
And then when God sends him to him, he's not crappy enough.
Yeah, he's too whatever. He's not this. He's not all of my 10 checkpoints. He's only 5 of them or 7. I don't get it.
I know.
I don't get it.
So I wanted to spotlight him.
But I like the fact that in Russell, and I'm sure Russell is not even caring.
No.
If God has confirmed something in your life and you're doing something because God has given you clarity and direction for it, and you getting haters,
and I think,
who cares?
I think
it's what God says.
I think people don't like him either. And he does do this. I do believe Russell does this. But I think he should do it. I think he does a little bit too much. And it's like he knows Future's watching. And he does it on purpose. And I know he does. Because he says some things that's like, you don't have to say that. My son. Oh, I love you, my son. What you need, little Russell? Little Future. Anything you need, your dad will get it for you. I got you, my son. He says stuff like that, and that gets under Future's thing, and Future will write a song and diss Russell in it.
But tell me...
But he can do it, because if you're not taking care of your son, let him. He's going to say my son. If you don't want him to say my son, then you need to step up to the plate.
I was asking you, because I don't know the relationship with when Sierra got pregnant by Future. Has Future's come over to the house?
No.
Has Future sent any money to the boy? Has Future taken the little boy out?
No.
Has he said, meet me at the so-and-so with
him?
No. Then nobody should say nothing.
So I think Russell does do that. Maybe he wants Future to get more involved.
Yeah.
So he'll dig little digs and say, what do you need, my son?
Because his father's a deadbeat dad. Oh, okay. But people are actually hating on that.
They be hating on
That's
Russell
a little boy that is being loved by Sierra and her husband. She wasn't married to Future, was she?
No.
So shut up.
And he got about 100 kids.
Shut up.
By different baby mamas.
Shut up. Okay.
All right. So that's it. I wanted to spotlight Russell Wilson and talk about how he prayed to God for Sierra and how God gave it to him and how he connects his love for Future the way Joseph loved Jesus. He doesn't have to be my biological son, but I love him just the same.
Okay. All right, Russell. I'm not mad at you.
What do they want him to be? Treat him different than the other kids?
I know. Leave him out to dry. The Future, your dad he'll finally come and step up.
So cute.
He is
cute little family.
He is.
All right, real quick on